Charles Purcell presents.
Tonight, a story. A very important story. A story so important that it's been sweeping the nation for weeks, possibly months by the time you see this. You're pretty sure you already know everything there is to know about this story, but you'd be wrong. Besides, you need to be able to talk about this program at work or at parties. People will expect it. It's kind of your thing. Correspondent Hamina investigates. He's the good-looking, square-jawed man with a permanent 5 o'clock shadow you'll see in all the establishing shots. You know, walking in the woods, or drinking coffee, or driving in his car, or drinking coffee in his car, or lightly scrolling the touchpad of his laptop. Tonight.
This program is made possible by a grant from a very large hedge fund. Additional support is provided by more hedge funds. Other contributors include these corporate foundations and individuals for tax write-offs and script approval. And viewers like you.
That's me in the establishing shot, walking in the woods, looking very concerned. And now this is me, driving in my car, all alone, except for the camera operator who's sitting right next to me, but who you didn't see in the establishing shot of me getting into the car. I had to wait for him to get all of his gear together. In fact, it took him so damn long, I got back out of the car and had a smoke. Of course, you didn't see that part either. But let's investigate this very important story.
Hello?
Hello, Professor. I'm Hamina.
Yes.
I believe you're expecting me?
Yes, come in.
Thank you for seeing me.
Let's get started.
The professor is an expert with an impressive title and employed by a prestigious institution. I knew he could shed important light on the story.
Well, of course, as an expert with an impressive title and employed by a prestigious institution, my opinion is vital to this very important story.
Tell me, Professor, as an expert with an impressive title employed by a prestigious institution, how shocked are you by this story?
Oh, well, very shocked indeed. I wasn't at first, but then I was.
And now?
Now what?
Are you still shocked?
Oh, yes, indeed I am.
The facts just didn't add up. Something was missing. There was only one way to fill in the gaps, so I headed to the Hall of Records. I sifted through reams of paper with long lists of very small numbers. By that I mean the printing was very small. You know, physically small. The numbers were in fact very large. That is, the amounts were very large. Huge, even. So huge, I had to move on to the Hall of Records' old and cumbersome computers, where I scrolled endless spreadsheets that went in and out of focus, while I made handwritten notes on my 3x5 spiral notepad. Still dizzy from the soft focus computer screens, I took a long walk to clear my head and figure out what to do next. I decided it was time to go directly to the source. Hello, Betty Ann?
No comment.
Are you Betty Ann?
You get. I got nothing more to say. Rufus, hush, get back.
I was hoping to talk with you about the very important story.
You and everybody else, I ain't saying nothing more. All them reporters saying them lies about us, I'm done with y'all. Rufus, hush.
Well, that's exactly why I wanted to talk to you. Let's get the story straight. I want to find out what really happened.
Well...
See how concerned I look? On my face, I mean. See how my brow furrows like this? See how sincere and sympathetic that looks?
Well, I don't know about that. You're good looking, though, I'll grant you that. Rufus, hush! Rufus, leave them chickens be!
Once Betty Ann started talking, there was no stopping her.
Anybody would have done the same thing. I told Fleeker, I said, Fleeker, my mama didn't raise no fool, so next time you come around here, you better be ready for a fight. And that's just what he got, too. But the neighbors, they had to went and called the cops, and so they come by in the middle of the night, must have been close to 3 a.m., and it was a good thing I knew them, Slate and Jib Jab. I could handle them all right, and we all knew each other from high school. But once it was called in, it gets in the system, and they didn't have they weren't able to just, hide it. So the whole damn thing gets into the papers, and then you all start showing up, and my life's hell for the next 3 months. And you can see what's happened here. I mean, Lord, would you live like this? Rufus, hush! Leave them chickens be!
My talk with Betty Ann raised more questions than answers. I decided to go back to the city and shoot some more B-roll of me at a bar. Checking my notes, scrolling on my phone, furrowing my brow, and drinking.
Hello?
This is Hamana Hamana calling for John Smith.
Yeah. What do you want?
I just had a few more questions.
Okay, but remember, don't use my real name.
Of course. We just wanted to mix it up a little bit, get some variety.
Variety? What the hell are you talking about?
Some variety, sound-wise, for the piece. See, by talking to you on the phone, we get that nice over-the-phone effect. That particular sound, that's kind of cool. And we can show that graphic, with the sound waves kind of jumping along with your voice.
Wait a minute, you're recording right now?
Well, yes, if that's okay with you.
You know the kind of trouble you can make for me if they recognize my voice?
Oh, right, of course. Okay. Hey, you know what? That's even better. We'll digitally alter your voice, okay?
Well, okay. Okay, I guess that's all right.
Great. So just a couple of questions. I spoke with Betty Ann.
Oh, Jesus, not Betty Ann. That woman was nearly the death of me. If you think
Hang on. Let me alter your voice.
If you think you're going to get one shred of truth from her, then I'd like to have a hit off of whatever you're smoking. I'll bet she told you the whole 3 a.m. story, didn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so. I never said or did half the things she said I said it did, and not half the things the paper said I said it did. You got that once and for all?
I got it.
Okay then, as long as we understand each other.
John Smith gave us just what we needed. The phone voice, the digitally altered voice, the cool corner graphic with the jumping sound waves, and, bonus, his digitally altered voice came out kind of garbled, so we had to use the subtitle graphics as well. When the words appear on the screen exactly as they're being spoken. That is such a cool app. Everybody loves that one. Here's a shot of me walking in a snowstorm to show this investigation is taking a very long time. Well, it's snowing. I don't know if I'd call it a storm. But that's not the point. Anyway, it's just to show that, well, I guess I've already established that. So, It's summer again, and I'm here in a large, unruly crowd at a huge outdoor event. Because no big story is complete without a large, unruly crowd. I know it looks as though I may be in danger, but I'm not actually in danger. I'm just now realizing, suppose this actually does feel a bit dangerous. Let me get a few comments from these people, and then get the hell out of here. Miss, excuse me, ma'am, what did you think when you heard the news?
What?
I said, what did you think when you heard the news?
What news? I'm sorry, my
the
friends
very
are...
important story.
I'm meeting my friends over there, sorry.
About...
Janice, Helene, Janice!
Excuse me, sir, what was your reaction to the big story?
Well, aren't you a handsome young man?
Thank you?
I wish I had your jawline.
Yes, well, sir, what was your reaction to the big story?
Well, I was quite concerned, naturally. I mean, you don't hear a story like that every day, do you? But my wife and I decided to live our lives as best we could. You can't let things upset you. Life goes on.
Well, thank you.
Well, thank you.
And you, sir? It was only a matter of time before the political fallout of this story would shake up Washington. We talked via Zoom to the chair of the Senate committee investigating the matter. Senator, thanks for making the time to speak with me. Senator, I think you're on mute. Unmute your mic. Can you see me? I can see you, but I can't hear you. You're muted.
Oh, there it is. God damn it, I've done this a million times. I'm so sorry. My mic was muted. You'd think I'd get the hang of this after all this time.
That's okay, Senator. Don't worry about it. Now, your committee has been on this for a couple of months. How would you characterize the political fallout of this story? Senator?
I would say that
Go ahead.
the political...
I'm sorry, there's a slight delay.
Can you hear me all right?
Yes, we hear you fine. It's just there's a delay. I'll ask my question, and then I'll be patient and wait for your response. I promise. Now, how would you characterize the political fallout over this story?
So, the political fallout has been very damaging to the prospects of bipartisan cooperation for both the local and federal agencies involved in, excuse me, Hamana?
Yes?
There's a full camera crew here. Did you know that? Did you send them, this camera crew?
Yes, I have a full camera crew here as well. That's to get shots of us talking to each other on our laptops. You know, like those over-the-shoulder shots, you know, of my back and you on my screen. Those are great.
So why are we using Zoom? There are like 3 cameras here, and there's a guy with a boom mic. I mean, professional sound. Why aren't we using that? And the crew has a monitor. I can see you and hear you over the monitor.
Oh, right. Nothing but the best.
So we're talking now through the cameras and monitors, and there's no delay.
Yeah?
So why am I on my crummy laptop?
It's not a crummy laptop. You look great.
I don't look great on the Zoom. I'm looking at myself right now, and I'm out of focus. The bookcase behind me is in focus, but I'm out of focus.
Yeah, I see you went with the old bookcase background. Classic.
But you got professional lights and sound, for God's sakes, and cameras and a whole crew here. Why in the name of God are we doing a Zoom call? Oh, Jesus, look at my neck.
Your neck?
Yes, my neck. I look like Mitch McConnell.
Oh, it's just the angle of your laptop. It's looking up at you. Just raise it up, your laptop, the whole thing. Yeah, just put some books under it or something.
Books? This is ridiculous.
You've got plenty right there behind you. I'm looking at them right now. Is that Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance? I love that one.
Can you just forget the Zoom call? Can we just forget the Zoom call and do this with this obviously very professional crew?
I don't follow.
I'm saying let's just forget the Zoom.
We've still got almost half an hour left on the meeting. No worries.
That's not the point. I'm seeing and hearing myself on the camera monitor right now, and I look like fucking Taylor Swift and sound like fucking Terry Gross.
Huh.
And there's no delay.
Uh-huh.
So let's 86 these damn laptops and do the interview already.
Yeah, no, I like those over-the-shoulder shots, though.
Ah!
My story was almost complete. I just had to write it. But first... Hi, Professor.
Oh, God, it's you again.
Hi, sorry to bother you. We just need one more closing shot to establish you as the authority voice of the piece.
We taped like 5 hours already. Couldn't you just pull a clip? Something we've already recorded.
Well, we've used all the good stuff. And besides, it's like a 3 months later kind of a shot.
Well...
Oh, it looks like you grew a beard. That's great. Same shirt, though. That's a coincidence. Same shirt from our one visit 3 months ago. Unless you always wear the same shirt. I mean, I didn't mean to imply anything. I mean, if you do wear the same shirt every day, that's not weird or anything.
I don't wear the same shirt every day.
Of course you don't. I mean, well, if you did, that would be fine. It's just that, you know, for the piece.
Do you want me to change my shirt?
That would be great. Thanks. Excuse me.
Just give me a minute.
Yeah. Yeah, just about done. I'm just now getting that button shot, to give the professor one last take, after the fact. I thought, oh. Yeah, oh no, yeah, it's definitely finished. I just need to write it up and record the narration. Yeah, no problem. I can do the narration in my bathroom. No, don't worry about it. That'll be fine. I might have to use my quiet voice, though. My neighbor's pretty, he complains a lot. What's that? Oh, okay, so you need us now? Like right now? No, yeah, no, that's no problem. That's not a problem. Okay, we'll be right there.
Okay, let's do this.
That was my producer. I gotta go.
You have to go? Look, I'm not going to reschedule.
That's okay, we'll just use this.
This? You mean this right now?
Yeah, sure. We've been rolling the whole time. Right? We have been rolling. Yeah.
Wait, you can't just...
Sorry.
But I changed my shirt.
Ironically, that was the last shirt the professor would ever wear. Shortly after my visit, the professor met with tragedy while attempting to roast a chicken with an off-brand air fryer, alleged to be manufactured by the very syndicate of loosely affiliated shell companies that our investigation investigated.
For more information or to stream this episode and past episodes, go to our website. Extended interviews, along with other bonus content, are available online for our preferred concierge members. Even though this is public television, we're not idiots. Learn more at our website, /preferred.
Join us next time for an even more important story.
A specter is haunting Europe. The specter of communism. All the powers of old Europe have entered into a holy alliance to exorcise this specter. Pope and Tsar, Metternich and Guizot, French radicals and German police spies. Where is the party in opposition that has not been decried as communistic by its opponents in the power? Where the opposition that has not hurled back the branding reproach of communism against the more advanced opposition parties, as well as against its reactionary adversaries? Two things result from this fact. One, communism is already acknowledged by all European powers to be itself a power. Two, it is high time that communists should openly, in the face of the whole world, publish their views, their aims, their tendencies, and meet this nursery tale of the specter of communism with a manifesto of the party itself. To this end, communists of various nationalities have assembled in London and sketched the following manifesto. The history of all hitherto existing society is the history of class struggles. Freeman and slave, patrician and plebeian, lord and serf, guild master and journeyman, in a word, oppressor and oppressed, stood in constant opposition to one another, carried on an uninterrupted, now hidden, now open fight. A fight that each time ended either in a revolutionary reconstitution of society at large or in the common ruin of the contending classes. In the early epochs of history, we find almost everywhere a complicated arrangement of society into various orders, a manifold gradation of social rank. In ancient Rome, we have patricians, knights, plebeians, slaves. In the Middle Ages, feudal lords, vassals, guild masters, journeymen, apprentices, serfs. In almost all of these classes, again, subordinate gradations. The modern bourgeoisie society that has sprouted from the ruins of feudal society has not done away with class antagonisms. It has but established new classes, new conditions of oppression, new forms of struggle in place of the old ones. Our epoch, the epoch of the bourgeoisie, possesses, however, this distinctive feature: it has simplified the class antagonisms. Society as a whole is more and more splitting up into two great hostile camps, into two great classes directly facing each other, bourgeoisie and the proletariat. From the serfs of the Middle Ages sprang the chartered burghers of the earliest towns. From these burgesses, the first elements of the bourgeoisie were developed. The discovery of America, the rounding of the Cape, opened up fresh ground for the rising bourgeoisie. The East Indian and Chinese markets, the colonization of America, trade with the colonies, the increase in the means of exchange and in commodities generally, gave to commerce, to navigation, to industry, an impulse never before known, and thereby to the revolutionary element in the tottering feudal society, a rapid development. The feudal system of industry, under which industrial production was monopolized by closed guilds, now no longer sufficed for the growing wants of the new markets. The manufacturing system took its place. The guild masters were pushed on one side by the manufacturing middle class. Division of labor between the different corporate guilds vanished in the face of division of labor in each single workshop. Meantime, the markets kept ever growing, the demand ever rising. Even manufacture no longer sufficed. Thereupon, steam and machinery revolutionized industrial production. The place of manufacture was taken by the giant modern industry. The place of the industrial middle class by industrial millionaires, the leaders of whole industrial armies, the modern bourgeois. Modern industry has established the world market, for which the discovery of America paved the way. This market has given an immense development to commerce, to navigation, to communication by land. This development has in turn reacted on the extension of industry, and in proportion as industry, commerce, navigation, railway extended, in the same proportion the bourgeoisie developed, increased its capital, and pushed into the background every class handed down from the Middle Ages. We see, therefore, how the modern bourgeoisie is itself the product of a long course of development, of a series of revolutions in the modes of production and of exchange. Each step in the development of the bourgeoisie was accompanied by a corresponding political advance of that class. An oppressed class under the sway of the feudal nobility, an armed and self-governing association in the medieval commune. Here, independent urban republic, as in Italy and Germany. There, taxable third estate of the monarchy, as in France. Afterwards, in the period of manufacture proper, serving either the semi-feudal or the absolute monarchy as a counterpoise against the nobility, and in fact, cornerstone of the great monarchies in general, the bourgeoisie has at last, since the establishment of modern industry and the world market, conquered for itself, in the modern representative state, exclusive political sway. The executive of the modern state is but a committee for managing the common affairs of the whole bourgeoisie. The bourgeoisie historically has played a most revolutionary part. The bourgeoisie, wherever it has got the upper hand, has put an end to all feudal patriarchal idyllic relations. It has pitilessly torn asunder the mostly feudal ties that bound man to his natural superiors, and has left remaining no other nexus between man and man than naked self-interest, than callous cash payment. It has drowned the most heavenly ecstasies of religious fervor, of chivalrous enthusiasm, of Philistine sentimentalism in the acid water of egotistical calculation. It has resolved personal worth into exchange value, and in place of the numberless indefeasible chartered freedoms, has got up that single, unconscionable freedom, free trade, in one word, or exploitation. Veiled by religious and political illusions, it has substituted naked, shameless, direct, brutal exploitation.
Appearing in the roles of PBS announcer and woman at festival, Anja Nadanja.
This episode of Charles Purcell Presents is available right now wherever you find your podcasts. Or go to the website charlespurcell.com for the full archive and all the other series in the podcast family. Follow, comment, and contact me on Facebook and Twitter. Thanks to our flagship station, River West Radio, riverwestradio.com. Theme music composed and performed by Peter Donalds. From the New Arts and Media Studios in Milwaukee, I'm Charles Purcell.